Have you ever walked into a hair salon wanting nothing more than a small trim to tidy things up, only to walk out feeling like you're wearing a helmet on your head? You look in the mirror and suddenly realize that haircut just made you look 10 years older. It's a truly heartbreaking moment, and it happens far more often than you might think. But here's the honest truth that needs to be said. The problem is not always the stylist's skill. Very often, the problem lies in a single word you used, and that word is short hair. When you talk about chin-length short hair, you might be picturing something cute, bouncy, light, and effortlessly natural. But to a hairstylist, especially one with formal technical training, chin-length short hair often carries a very specific technical meaning. It suggests blunt lines, heavy ends, weight concentrated at the bottom, and an overall stiff shape. If your goal is to look younger and softer, that stiffness is your greatest enemy. A thick, heavy line at the bottom pulls the eye downward and emphasizes exactly the features we usually want to soften as we age. So right now, we need to change the way we think. Today, I'm going to tell you the exact phrase you should use when you sit in that salon chair, so you can get the volume and youthful look you want without ending up with hair that's too short or impossible to style at home. Instead of asking for a bob, ask for a soft haircut with texture, internal layers, and movement. Simply changing your words can completely change the outcome. You need to make it clear that your priority is breaking up blunt, rigid lines so your hair can actually move. When you talk about softness, lightness, and movement, instead of naming a fixed haircut like a chin-length bob, you give your stylist permission to remove the excess weight that drags your face down. This is the secret to creating lift at the crown and soft pieces that gently frame the face, instantly making you look younger. This alone can make the overall look feel 10 years younger. Let's be honest about the term chin-length bob. I see this scenario play out in salons over and over again. You sit down feeling ready for a fresh start and tell the stylist you want a bob. It sounds harmless enough, right? But for women over 40, this single word can become a communication trap. When a technically trained stylist hears the word bob, their mind immediately jumps to a classic haircut. A heavy, blunt line at the chin or jaw, strong geometric shapes, sharp angles, and weight concentrated at the bottom. They are thinking about a haircut that sits still, precise and controlled. Meanwhile, you're dreaming of something soft, effortless, and youthful. Why is this dangerous as we get older? Over time, our faces naturally lose volume in the upper cheekbones, and gravity begins to show more clearly around the jaw and chin. A traditional blunt bob creates a heavy block of hair right at the bottom of the face. This adds width exactly where we don't want it. Instead of lifting your features, it acts like an anchor, pulling everything downward. It creates a frame that draws attention straight to the jowls, the neck, and fine lines. Simply put, it boxes your face in and highlights signs of aging. That's why, before you even step into the salon, you need to change your mindset. The goal isn't just to go shorter. The real goal is to create an anti-gravity effect for your face. The two most important words here are movement and lift. You don't need a heavy block of hair sitting still on your shoulders. You need softness that frames your face and draws the eye upward toward your eyes and cheekbones. We need to stop asking for a specific length and start asking for a specific shape. This part is crucial. because it can completely change your next salon experience. Many women have sat in that chair feeling nervous, unsure how to describe what they see in their head, and that's usually where things go wrong. You say, "Bob," and the stylist hears, "Helmet." Now we're going to fix that communication gap. Replace your old requests with 3 safe keywords that act like a safety net for your hair. The first keyword is soft layers. Emphasize the word soft. As we age, hair cut at a single length with heavy weight pulls the face downward. When you ask for soft layers, you're telling your stylist to remove bulk from the interior, avoiding that boxy, triangular shape that makes the face look wider. The result is natural movement and bounce without losing length, and hair that doesn't plaster itself flat against your scalp. The second keyword is face framing. This is your non-surgical facelift. Ask for pieces in the front that hit around the cheekbones or jawline. Don't let the front be left as one long, heavy curtain that hides your face. When shorter strands are intentionally cut around the front, the eye is drawn upward, highlighting your best features. Your face looks brighter, more awake, and more youthful, while the length in the back stays exactly where you want it. The third keyword is textured ends. This is non-negotiable. You must be clear that you want to avoid a blunt, heavy line at the bottom. A blunt cut can look harsh and aging on mature features. Textured ends are softer and more modern, and most importantly, they grow out beautifully. 2 months later, your hair still looks good. A blunt cut, on the other hand, starts looking messy the moment it grows even slightly. So what should you actually say when you sit down in the salon chair? Don't just show a picture and hope for the best. Look your stylist in the eye and say this clearly. "I want to keep the length touching my shoulders, but I need volume at the crown and soft layers that move gently around my face." That one sentence gives you the length you want and the youthful lift you need. Now let's talk about the biggest fear many women have. You leave the salon feeling amazing, but you're terrified of your first wash day at home. This fear is exactly why so many women hold on to length they don't actually need. You worry you won't be able to recreate the salon look and that your hair will end up messy. But the truth is, the problem isn't your skill. It's one old habit that instantly turns a chic haircut into something dated. Curling the ends under with a round brush. For decades, we were taught to take a round brush and roll the ends tightly inward. It's time to stop. When you curl the ends under, you create a rounded shape around the jaw that makes the face look heavier and older. It creates a static frame that hides your features instead of highlighting them. What we want is a modern, airy finish. Here's your new routine. Don't touch your round brush until your hair is about 80% dry. First, flip your head upside down or use your fingers to rough dry the roots, creating natural lift. Once your hair is nearly dry, use the brush only to smooth, not to roll under. Let the ends flick slightly backward or fall naturally. Hair should move, not sit still. Finally, look at your bathroom shelf. If you see a can of heavy, stiff hairspray, put it away. Freezing your hair in place is the enemy of youth. Youthful hair moves. Instead of hairspray, use a root-lifting product on damp hair before drying. This gives volume where you need it, rather than creating a hard shell that makes hair look heavy. I know many of you watching want a fresh look, but the fear of losing length is holding you back. Maybe long hair feels like a security blanket, Or you've heard that long hair drags the face down as we age. The truth is, you don't have to choose between looking youthful and keeping your length. There's a middle ground that provides significant lift without the trauma of a big chop. If you're afraid of change but feel your current style looks tired, ask for a modified version of the butterfly cut. Don't let the trendy name scare you. For us, it's simply a strategy. Tell your stylist you want to keep the length in the back untouched, but focus heavily on face framing layers and layers at the crown. The shortest layers should start at the chin or cheekbone, creating a curtain effect that frames the face and draws the eye upward. The back stays long and dense, giving volume and fullness without dragging the face down. If you're still curious about shorter hair but can't commit, try a faux bob. Tie your hair into a low, loose ponytail. Roll the ends upward and tuck them under at the nape of your neck, securing them with bobby pins. Instantly, you get the look of thick, jaw-hugging short hair without cutting a single strand. It's the perfect way to test the look before making a real decision. And if you've had a bad experience with short hair before, remember this. It wasn't your fault, and it wasn't necessarily the stylist's fault either. Very often, it was just a word that was misunderstood. You don't need to carry that fear forever. You just need the right language. At this stage of life, we don't need to chase trends or prove anything to anyone. Your hair should serve you, support you, and make you feel lighter when you look in the mirror. When your face looks brighter, your neck more graceful, and your eyes more defined, you'll know you made the right choice. If you're still hesitant, start with small changes. A little soft layering, a bit of face framing, some texture at the ends. You don't have to change everything at once. Just don't stay stuck because of fear. If you found this helpful, stay with me. We'll keep talking about how mature women can look soft, modern, and confident without trying too hard. You deserve to feel beautiful, light, and comfortable with yourself at every age.